Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your buddy 14th Prime, and last night Hasbro Pulse popped up out of nowhere. And I gotta say, it was probably one of the best Hasbro Pulses I've ever seen in my life. Yes, I'm biased, and I'm saying that because they did show the crossover for Knight Rider. I told y'all about this, I think like 4 months ago, when I had saw that there was a leak for it, but I didn't. No one had saw what car it was. I even said that I thought it should have been Wild Rider. Apparently, they have taken the license from Pontiac to do this. It is spot on. The car looks amazing, and on top of all of that, it has lights and sounds. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this crossover is to me, the best crossover they have ever crossed over in the history of crossovers. There was another one revealed later, Sergeant Slaughter with the Triple T, which is Cup, but you'll see that later. Right now, can we just appreciate the fact that we are getting Knight Rider? Obviously, they're going to do a car later, Karr. If you aren't familiar with it, that was Kit's arch nemesis in the show, Knight Rider, back in the 80s. This is a must-have for me. The car is spot on. The robot looks amazing. It's got lights and it has the voice of Kit inside of it. I don't know how do you trigger the effects for him to talk or whatever. Probably some cool little button on the bottom. Either way, my mind was blown away. This is just the cleanest thing ever. So looking at the box art, yes, we have Agent Knight. The robot looks super clean. And also, they revealed last night War for Cybertron Ratchet. He was apparently never made. Which he should have been one of the greatest characters in the War for Cybertron games. And again, this makes me think that we are going to get a re-release of these games. And here he is in his awesome robot mode. It looks exactly like it did in the War for Cybertron game. This kind of threw me off a little bit too last night, but we'll get to that later. Megatron from Transformers 1 Studio Series Deluxe was shown off last night. Very clean looking. He kind of looks like the Bumblebee movie Megatron, but with a way more cleaner tank mode and not some made up jet that they threw in with the Bumblebee version. These are starting to look amazing. They really are. The Studio Series versions of these, not just the mainline versions, all of them are cute. All of them look amazing so far. I'm saying like the little ones that are out right now, like the one step changers, they're adorable. But this is for you and me. You know what I mean? Look at that Megatron. Look at that sculpt. Also, another Studio Series Optimus. I think this is a deluxe. Just breathtaking. You know what I mean? Like this is another one that they're coming out with within the next year for Studio Series and for Transformers 1. I'm just in awe over all the stuff that was shown last night. And then a bit of news that kind of threw us all off. Reactivate is back on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Reactivate is back on. They have broken up the packs that are going to sell the vehicles as individuals instead of you having to buy the multi-packs. So if the game isn't coming, why would you do that? Because the game is coming. I see. They're just trying to get Transformers 1 out of the way first. But yes, Reactivate Bumblebee was shown last night on Pulse for a game that people thought was canceled, or we know it's delayed. Obviously, it's delayed. But no, they're still pushing it. You can still count this as marketing if you run this on a Hasbro Pulse. Thank God I got mine already. So here is the other crossover. It is Cup. He is the Triple T, and he comes with Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck if you are a G.I. Joe fan, which makes perfect sense because Cup was the war veteran. It makes sense to do this, to have Cup and G.I. Joe would be perfect together, and that's what they've done. Now, the robot modes, as you know, these G.I. Joe crossovers aren't the cleanest, but the vehicle looks just like spot on to how it did in the cartoon. Sergeant Slaughter is Sergeant Slaughter. If you were a kid in the 80s, you know who these people are, but either way, exciting crossover nevertheless. Fall of Cybertron. Revenge of the Fallen movie. now has a 5 pack. You get Optimus, Jetfire, and all 3 motorcycles from the movie. It has not been confirmed if the motorcycles can combine as they were intended to in the movie, but Optimus and Jetfire do combine. That was the end of it last night. Another great pulse. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime.